So, um, have had my parents and my brother on my coffee table for years and years and years. And finally decided that I would put them in the intercoastal, where their house was in Boca. And had asked someone that I thought I was close with 3 times to do it with me, and never answered, just asked point blank and just never got an answer. And I have so many things race through my head that I just let it go. And then, so anyway, I was going to do it. Had a couple people come and I just couldn't. But September 2nd, my one good friend, he's married and has kids, and he's just wonderful. He never makes me feel that I'm a problem. When I start spinning and when I get upset, he just looks at me. He's like, "You're okay. You're okay. It's okay." Not being uncomfortable or trying to get away from it. Just, he's like, "It's okay. Just breathe. You don't have to do anything. You don't. What you're feeling, you are entitled to feel." I don't think anyone ever said that to me, ever. And he did, and the first time he did, I swear to God, it's like I just broke down. This is someone that I've only known for, I don't know, 6 months, 8 months, something like that. 7 months. Yeah, around 7 months. And, you know, he knew what happened, and he's like, "You need to do it. What can I do to help?" I'm like, I don't want to drag anyone into my truly personal stuff. And he's like, "I want to." He's like, "We're going to do this. Pick a day and we're doing it." Just amazing. He's been really a constant. And don't get me wrong, other people have been there for me, not the ones that I thought would be, but it's okay. Everyone has their shit, and mine is certainly no more important than other people's. But, so September 2nd, 5 o'clock in the morning, going to free my parents and my brother, and close close a chapter. That I haven't been able to. It's not even closing it. I am closing it. I'm trying to look at it as opening a new chapter. I hate things that end. TV series that end. The Sopranos, the furniture need to end earlier. Oh, what else? Just seriously anything that ends, and I just get so emotionally attached. Why I don't, it's a sense of familiarity. It's a sense of routine and stability. And that's something I'm not good at providing for myself. I'm better in a relationship because it makes me work harder. Left to my own devices, nothing's that important. It can wait till tomorrow, and tomorrow goes into next week, and next week goes into the month, and then fucking 2 or 3 decades have gone by, and nothing worse than waking up and seeing things clearly and realizing I think I have always tried my hardest to be a good person and to be as selfless as possible. And I get how life is hard. I know what it's like to have things easy. Also, junior high, high school, it was fucking like 7 years of being tortured every day. And then coming into my own, and all of a sudden, people being attracted to me, and attention, and I've never understood, because I still see that kid in high school. And I always will. Been through therapy for, probably a total of 12 or 13 years. And I know what my problems are. I've just been really good at finding ways to avoid them. In the last 6 months, 8 months, everything that's happened, it happens for a reason. And you may not like that reason, like I don't like the reasons. I don't like a lot about my life. The few parts, like 1 or 2 parts that I thought were something I didn't have to think about, when they are completely just ransacked. And then you're left with yourself and your thoughts. Fuck. It sucks. And antidepressants, ADHD, it just, everything builds up and builds up and builds up and builds up, and you don't feel good. You wake up, you have to take a fistful of pills to even be not even productive, just be. Just get up. And then you think about things all day, and then you beat yourself up for everything you didn't do because you were just too overwhelmed. And then it's time for bed, and then you start thinking and worrying, am I going to sleep tonight? It starts with one sleeping pill, and then that doesn't work, and they up the prescription, and then they tack on something else, and then they tack on something else. And you're on this endless merry-go-round. And the music isn't even playing, and everything's chipped and falling apart, and and you just can't get off. And you just spinning around, and you're just going, if this is what the rest of my life is going to be, please, let a plane come through the roof, let a hurricane just let a tree hit me. I don't care what. There's nothing worse than waking up and realizing that you've wasted so much time and you could have done so much for the world. And you didn't. A lot of it because you couldn't. I'm hoping that when all the dust settles, people will come into my life that I can count on, and people that need me that I can do for. Putting that energy out to the universe. Every morning, light the candle. I ask the universe to give me signs that I can't ignore. I started asking for signs. I got the signs and ignored them because I could make an excuse for anything or anyone, because I didn't want to believe what I was seeing. And I asked for it again. I'm like, okay, give me a sign that is direct, that I sort of can't ignore. And then the universe comes around and smacks me in the back of the head with a sock full of quarters. And as I'm laying there on the ground looking up, I'm going, maybe that was an accident. Then I go back and say, just throw me into the ocean where there is no way of coming back out of it unless I swim for it and make corrections. And that's what the universe did. It just destroyed what little life I had left. But there's a reason I'm still here, and if anyone out there knows what that reason is, please let me know. It's just, yeah. So, anyway, I can't even remember what I was saying at this point. Not being able to sleep and just your whole life not being happy for decades, taking care of my two parents, watching them die. Instead of four of my oldest friends, my first love, my best friend, my dog, two of my dogs. Fuck. But I hope I'm still here to teach someone something or give someone hope, because I do see the light at the end of the tunnel. I'm just asking for the sight to see what I need to do and the courage to do it. And with any luck, people put in my path that I could share something with. I'd love to be in a relationship, and I've avoided one for over 20 years, because when my last long-term one ended, I was so emotionally and mentally damaged. And I said to him, I just want to thank you ahead of time for anyone I get involved with in the future. You have ruined it for them. I ruined it for myself because I saw what bus I was getting on, and I got on it anyway, thinking that it was going to make it stop something, and it didn't. So you get what you get. Private planes, 10,000 square foot houses, 116 cars in 8 years, Bentleys, Rolls Royces. And then a couple years later, living in a 92 Ford Taurus in Palm Springs with my dog, with a car that had a broken water hose, and I could only go 2 miles. It was the middle of the summer. It was like 110 degrees. I know from A to Z. And that's why I'm there for anyone that needs it, because I know what it's like to go through shit by yourself. Am I some saint? No. Do I try my heart? Looking back, you always think you could have tried harder, and you could. I'll always think that. I'll always beat myself up over things, because that's what I do. Because if you've ever watched Nip Tuck, Kimber, she's like, why are you with me? And she said, because no one can hate me as good as you do. That says it all. You know, I've thought I was in relationships And there was the one, and that's what everything has been engaged against, which has fucked up each one of my relationships after that. Because I don't know. But everything happens for a reason, and I don't regret anyone I've been with. Learned things from everyone. And I hope that I've left their lives better, for the better. I hope I haven't damaged anyone. And if I have, it wasn't intentional. Okay, enough of this. I love you all. Do the best you can do. Don't ever forget that one gesture, that one thing that you do that you probably will not even think of. Just, there's someone out there that is remembering that one little moment that you gave them. Do you know how important that is? That's why it's important. Random acts of kindness and thanking people that have thankless jobs. If you're lucky enough, like me, to have had an incredible life, the higher the highs, the lower the lows. It hasn't all been good. It's been horrible things, but universe, give me a way to pay back and leave this place better than I found it. That's all I want. Anyway, enough ranting, and maybe I'll do an In Bed with Tom Stevens video. Although the ones I shot the other night, I looked really good. But the slurring speech and the, wow. I'm watching it going, oh yeah, I have done, all my shit's out there. There's nothing to hide with me. Someone wrote me as a good portion of a book that talks about everything that someone wants to know. It's like there's a magazine article. You're only as sick as your secrets, so don't have secrets. Very simple. And if you feel you need to keep a secret, you might, I know it's so itchy, you might want to think about what you're doing, because it's not in the act. It's a cover-up. If you do something, you do it. When you do something and then try to hide it, that shows that you knew what you were doing was wrong, and you're trying to hide it. Don't do that. Anyway, my puppy, where is she? And there's Stanley Man. there it is. Anyway, peace, love, keep fighting the good fight. Leave a comment, talk to me. I love hearing what people think. Good, bad, ugly, it doesn't matter. That's all we have in this world are the random connections and the constructive conversation.